The final thing I wanted to share with you is they sent me off to meet a man who has an extraordinary world record. This is the guy who has the highest resting tolerance in the world to G-force. This man is like a superhero. He has the highest resting tolerance to G-force. We all know what G-force is. It's the stuff you experience on a roller coaster, when you go really fast down in the roller coaster. But this guy has the highest tolerance to G-force in the world. He's a wing commander. He's in the Royal Air Force. He was chosen, because of this G-force tolerance, to break the world land speed record. He's the only man in the world to drive a car at over 700 miles an hour. He's a phenomenal human being. And they sent me to challenge him to G-force. So we got sent to a top-secret government facility. This is where every single Royal Air Force pilot takes the G-force test. You've probably seen it if you've ever watched Moonraker with James Bond. It's the big iron girder with two flight cockpits at either end. And it's inside this bunker. It's an extraordinary building, which was built in the 1950s. There's big signs going, danger, G-force testing in progress. There's sirens that go off in that classic 1950s way of... It's amazing. And there's phones that come down from the ceiling, and you can pull them down and you can say stuff into them. And in the middle of this entire bunker is the senior Royal Air Force scientist who has glasses, a squint, a comb-over hairstyle, a beard that he's pulled bits out of in exciting moments of G-force testing over the years. And I got into this facility. And the test is really pretty simple in terms of G-force testing. What they do is they stick you in the cockpit of the plane on the end of the big iron girder, and they speed the thing up, going round and round and round. You have to do various tests, a bit of maths, a few light tests. And they spin it round and round, and they get faster and faster and faster. And at the moment you pass out, that's the end of the test. That is your G-force tolerance completely established. At the moment you lose your conscious mind, that is the test. Now, I'm quite tall, so normally tall people aren't very good with G-force. The doctors thought that my G-force tolerance would be about 3, maybe 3.5 perhaps. Wing Commanders is 6.1 G. It's the highest ever tolerance measured on a human being, 6.1 G. And I got into the cockpit. And the RAF scientists, sirens went off, the lights were going, danger, G-force testing in progress. And I was in the cockpit of the plane, whooping round. And he said, take it up to a 2G, take it up to 2G. Now, start doing some tests. Here's a light, can you see the red light? And the white one, and what's 3 plus 4? And it was whooping around at 2G. Take it up to 3G, 3G. 4G, take him out to 4. It's an incredible feeling. You're going round and round and round. It feels like something is pushing down on your entire body. My eyes began to just pop out a tiny bit. And I was still doing all the light testing. Oh, there's the red one, there's the white one. 2 plus 2 is 4, I can do that, that's great. And we're going around at 4G. That's the most you will ever have felt in your life for a very short time in a fun fair, because that's the law. You can't go above 4G. Take it up to 4.5. And the thing with this test is the G is constant. It keeps going. 5G, take him up to 5G. He left the microphone open. I heard him turn to the producer. I was just still doing the test, the light test, the maths test. He turned to the producer and said, I don't know when he's going to pass out. Take him up to 5.5 G. This is an incredible experience. I felt like there was some giant animal sitting on top of me, crushing me down. My eyes are sticking out on stalks. I'm still doing the light test. I'm still doing 2 plus 2. I'm still amazingly conscious. I heard him go, take him up to 6G. No, not only does he seem to be showing no visible effects of G-force at all, he actively seems to be enjoying it. 6.1. Even I knew at this point that I was the joint highest G-force tested person in the world. Still doing the lights test, still doing the maths test. 6.2, 6.3, stuff it, take him up to 6.5. Whooping around faster than anything I've ever known in my life. He carried on going. He went, take it to 7G, let's see what happens. 7.1, 7.2, 7.3, this is incredible. Still doing the Dice test, still doing the maths test. At 7.3, things began to slow down. I could see it all slowing down gently, and we stopped. And I thought, well, I must have failed the test. I didn't pass out. And I got out of the G-force testing machine, and I sort of weaved over to the wing commander, who was still standing there looking at the test, his record in tatters. And I said to him, that's quite an experience, isn't it? He looked at me and he went, oh, you're a freak. Now then the RAF scientist ran downstairs with his hair, what was left of it, just going everywhere, his glasses suddenly on the side. And he looked at me and he just went, that's the highest resting tolerance to G-force ever recorded. And I said, but I didn't pass out. And he said, I know, we had to abandon the test. Because we don't know the effects of 7.4 G even on a dead body. I said to him, what can I do with my new superpower? I said, can I fly a plane? He said, I don't know. Can you fly a plane? I said, no. He said, then no, you can't fly a plane. And so I tell you this story, because if you try things that you've never tried before, and you push yourself and you give it a go, sometimes, just occasionally, your own self will astound you. Thanks for listening.